Hello gamers and welcome back to the Council Archives. It's actually my second time recording part of this because I forgot to turn my mic on last time. That's not important right now. Anyway, this time we're going over Vi's prison records, which promises to be very interesting for you. I've already read these three, but you know what? That's okay. I'll read them again. Alright, what we have here is an inmate lunch tray. First, you notice the smell, a marriage of coagulated blood and inedible cafeteria food. You flip the tray to examine a large dent on the back. The sterilized surface may be cleansed of all the remains of its violent history, not very well if you can still smell it, but some memories can't be washed away. This prisoner is someone with whom we would prefer never to cross paths. Alright, on to Problem Child, Part 1 of 3, Section 1 of 3, whatever. Alright. Piltover Department of Corrections, Head of Department, redacted, reportee, redacted, date redacted, Stillwater Hold Facility Code SHQ, Prisoner Malfeasance Report, Prisoner 516, ward or cell number, prisoner not assigned cell, so she got into a fight before she even got into a cell. It's kind of impressive. Anyway, misconduct class 3, charge, insolence, and attempted escape. I feel like attempted escape should be a little higher than insolence, but hey, I'm not the warden here. Anyway, description of malfeasance. Here's where we identify any other involved parties or employee witnesses. Investigate this further. Prior to the prisoner's escape attempts, she was heard muttering about some type of powdered substance. No, I assure you she wasn't, but we'll get to that later. Anyway, prisoner was being escorted through hallway A2 on the entrance level when she managed to break free of the grip of Enforcer 703. Prisoner used own restraints to suffocate 703. The enforcer attempted to knock the jockeying prisoner off his back but was unsuccessful. Enforcers 309 and 400 pried the prisoner, kicking and screaming, off of 703. Prisoner was restrained. Re-restrained? Restrained again. Enforcers resumed the prisoner's escort. The prisoner remained combative. It was at this time that additional staff arrived on the scene and subdued the prisoner. Was contraband removed from prisoner? No, that's not the kind of powder she was talking about, idiots. If yes, describe contraband. Well, there wasn't. I attest to my statement of the above description being both accurate and parsed of any bias and opinions. The description of malfeasance is meant to serve as an empirical report without interpretation. Empirical report of events without interpretation. Signed, T.S. Description of prisoner. Prisoner appears lean, though not malnourished. Approximately 17 years of age. No formal records were found to confirm birth date. Short pink hair and bright blue eyes, female. Upon arrival at SHQ, prisoner's clothes were torn and bloodied. Minor abrasions and contusions were untreated. Prisoner matches description for the suspect in an apartment explosion earlier this week. Strike from record. She totally doesn't match that. Alright, it's the same thing as before. My statements are accurate, no bias, blah, blah, blah. Let me go back and make sure I didn't miss anything here. Just bear with me. Malfeasance, enforcers, no worries, I'll cut this part out. Okay, I'm back. I just had to go check something. Alright, comments. It is my assessment that Enforcer 703 underestimated the prisoner's strength due to the vast size difference. I am assured this will not happen again. In future escortions, which is a fun new word that I learned today, place prisoners' arms behind their back as opposed to at their front. Name redacted provided no additional reasoning for the prisoner's arrest. Redacted assures us that she is dangerous. So is every other criminal in this dump, and they're twice this one's size. They won't last a week. Why we put 17-year-olds in co-ed prisons is beyond my pay grade. Anyway, reporting, print name redacted, no signature, date redacted. Brings us done with Problem Child. Next up is reputation. And, hold on a sec, I gotta sip my water. Second time reading through some of this, so my voice is a bit strained. Alright, reputation. There's nothing actually here. Okay, this is just a funky little title page. Piltover Department of Corrections. Everything's redacted except for prisoner number, ward cell number, medium security, number 23, another prisoner malfeasance report. Let's go. So this time, misconduct class is 2, charge, battery. No, I just charged my batteries. Why are you asking? Anyway, description of malfeasance. Same as before. All prisoners were escorted to the courtyard for... All prisoners were escorted to the courtyard for mandatory exercise. Prisoner number 248 proceeded to a set of weights. He placed several sets of plates on a large barbell. 248 pressed as prisoner 430 stood behind him. That's called spotting. Prisoner 516, nicknamed Pink, approached 430 and engaged in conversation. See Form A3 for a partial transcript of conversation. The first punch was thrown by Pink, swinging up and landing squarely on prisoner 430's jaw. 430 swung back, exchanging several blows with Pink before taking a heavy hit to the stomach and falling to one knee. The commotion alerted 248. He turned to face the fight behind him without bothering to re-rack his weights first. Pink switched focus to 248, applying her body weight on top of the barbell. The rod collapsed onto 248's neck and upper chest. Ooh, dang. 248 pushed both the bar and Pink slowly off him, which is pretty impressive because that's way more than he was intending to bench. Simultaneously, 430 rose to his knees. In between the two larger prisoners, Pink took a trained fighting stance. She ducked and weaved between blows from both men. Showing clear signs of exhaustion, prisoner 248 overextended with a haymaker. Using his momentum against him, Pink grabbed his arm and spun him into the advancing prisoner 430. Prisoners 248 and 430 lay on the concrete, red welts visible on both their foreheads. They did not respond to stimuli. Enforcer guards apprehended Pink, who went without protest. She was heard saying, "I got all I wanted." Was contraband removed from prisoner? No, not that kind of powder. There's another attestation, accurate, no biases or opinions. Empirical report of events, no interpretation, signed T.S. And what other wonderful shenanigans did our beloved Pink get up to? Description of prisoner. Prisoner is in strong physical condition, approximately 20 years of age. The prisoner has several tattoos on her person, all self-inked, meaning behind them unknown. She tattooed her own name on her face. I mean, I guess that's one way to get people to call her Vi and not Pink. Or maybe not, because later on, this report is a fourth, nope, fifth, nope, sixth, nope. There have been several reports involving this prisoner during their incarceration. Each occurrence was instigated by Pink. The acts of violence have all been perpetrated against undercity criminals. Attestation, accurate, parsed of any biases, and so on. Comments. Officer Redacted requested access to the conversation transcript form A3. Perhaps he can piece together any motivation behind the attack. Additionally, he has been alerted to the prisoner's general behavioral problems. We have been guaranteed that there is no cause for alarm. It is my professional opinion that prisoner 516 seeks information that could be damning to our organization. We'll keep a close eye on her. Oh, shoot. They're corrupted there. Anyway, all redacted. Moving on to the transcript. Piltover Department of Corrections. Head of Department, redacted, blah, blah, blah. Conversation transcript supplementary form. Prisoners 516 and 430. Location, courtyard. 516 approaches 430. 516 says, "Hey." 430 says, "I don't think they locked up little kids." 516 responds, "They don't." 430 opines, I must need corrective lenses. You sure look like a kid." 516 says, "You gonna keep commenting on my size, or you gonna tell me what I want to know?" 430 laughs. 516 continues, "I know what you and your buddy are in for. I know you work for Silco." 430 responds, "If you already know that, then what can I possibly tell you?" 516 asks, "Where's my sister?" 430 says, "I've got no idea what you're talking about." Prisoner 516 clarifies, "Powder, where is she?" 430 responds, "All right, this ain't amusing anymore. How about you bother some other expletive redacted?" Prisoner 516 decides, "I've got a better idea." End of transcript. All right, that takes care of that. Finished part 1, part 2. Inmate number 516. Yeah, okay, can we read the actual part now? Thank you. Oh, what's this? I recognize this form. That's right, it's a prisoner malfeasance report for 516 who's in, solitary number 408. Jeez, yeah, let's put her in solitary. That always makes people so much more well-adjusted. Misconduct class 1, charge attempted murder. Alright. I wonder what happened here. Note, this account as follows is from prisoner 982, as no guards were present prior to the conclusion of the incident. Alright, so we've got a lot of allegedlys in here. Another description of malfeasance. Anyway, prisoner 982 was scrubbing the Ward A rooftops when approached by Pink. Pink kicked the brush out of 982's possession. As 982 reached for it, Pink clamped down hard on the prisoner's hand with her boot. Prisoner 982 clutched his hand, co-ed prisons, and let out a yell for help. Pink grabbed 982 by the shirt collar. Pink held 982's upper body over the edge of the roof. Pink verbally berated and threatened 982. Prisoner asserts that his responses to Pink's questions further provoked her. Pink lifted 982 off the roof so that only the heels of his feet kept him from toppling off the side. Prisoner 982 said something innocuous. Pink let go of 982's collar. End of prisoner testimony. Prisoner 982 was discovered on the courtyard grounds suffering from multiple bone fractures. Was contraband removed from prisoner? Yes. Contraband was small concealable blades, spiked knuckles, and a sock with nails in it. After searching through 516's cell, common procedure after malfeasance, guards discovered a stash of weapons. Weapons were identified as objects used against 516 in prior incidents. Oh, she's keeping trophies. Alright, I tested my statement. Accurate. Parse of biases. Description of malfeasance. Empirical report. Blah, blah, blah. Well, that was interesting. Description of prisoner. Prisoner is muscular, lean, early... Oh, you hear that, Riot? She's muscular. Stop giving her twig arms and all your official art. Anyway, prisoner is muscular, lean, early 20s, multiple tattoos, short pink hair, female. Prisoner has earned a reputation in Stillwater. New inmates are told to avoid conflict with her at all costs. Prisoner's aggression is targeted only at undercity criminals. In talks with prisoner, she displays incredible tolerance for interrogation tactics, which is definitely not a euphemism. At times, it appears as though the prisoner enjoys the conversations more than the guards. Blah, blah, biases and opinions, same thing as always, signed TS. Moving on to the new stuff. Comments. Ladders are only given to prisoners who have roof duty, and taken away after ascending to prevent escape attempts. Prisoner 516 must have found an alternate way to the roof. Look into deterrence. Prisoner 516's contraband appears to be some type of trophy collection. Prisoner 982's story corroborates this theory. A prisoner with a strange and incurable bloodlust. Prisoner no longer references powder. Addiction to substance is cured. You dense. Alright, I'm going to keep this one T-rated and just call him dense. Alright, everything's redacted. Oh boy. Alright. And, what's next? Ooh, this looks new. Okay, we've got an external correspondence with, someone at some date and some address. 2 redacted. Subject. Regarding the case of prisoner 516. I appreciate your discretion in the caretaking of prisoner 516. I will stress again that it is in both our interests to not let word of her imprisonment reach beyond these walls. Okay, so that's definitely from Silco to Marcus then. Thanks for clearing that up. 2 redacted. RE. Subject. Regarding the case of prisoner 516. I hope this letter finds you well. Prisoner 516's case is of the utmost importance to us here at Stillwater. We would hate for anything bad to happen to her while on our watch. She has made a lot of enemies. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, hint, hint, elbow, elbow. 2. Redacted. RE. Subject. Regarding the case of prisoner 516. You'll find with this letter a small donation to Stillwater Hold's Prisoner Activity Fund. As the warden, I'm sure you are aware that no such fund exists. I trust that we are now on the same page regarding prisoner 516. Sincerely, redacted. Oh, okay, no, this was Silco, not Marcus, the warden, the real big dude from episode 6 and 7. Anyway, no, 5 and 6. 4 and 5. My number's good. Anyway. Alright, 2 redacted. RE. Subject. Regarding the case of prisoner 516. The residents of Stillwater thank you for your generosity. Alright, next page after a water break. Rejected. Reason, insufficient evidence. Ooh, what was rejected? Oh, it's another report. Oh, no, it's a transfer request form. Oh, hey, we actually have a number. Reportee guard 711. Was that the one from the earlier report? No, I think that was 70 something. Anyway, it's about our beloved prisoner 516. Reason for transfer. Prisoner has shown a decline of character during her imprisonment. What was first assigned to be the typical aggressive behavior of a Fisher kid has only festered in her new home. While prisoner 516 no longer displays hostility toward the institution, her treatment of other inmates cannot be tolerated. Despite frequent stays in solitary, this has somehow failed to make her a better person. The prisoner continues to seek out conflict. This would not normally be a serious issue, but I and several other guards have noted decreased morale amongst the ranks. I see her when I close my eyes. I'm not the only one. I saw a flash of prisoner 227's face beaten to a bloody pulp. That right eye was barely hanging in the socket. Ew. It's not just me. This prisoner is deranged. No matter our recourse, she persists. It is our opinion that there is no hope for rehabilitation. I attest to my reasoning being made both in sound mind and body. The reason for transfer is meant to serve as an empirical report of said prisoner's character and history without interpretation. Signed, R.H. So not T.S. this time. What's this down here? Prisoner to be placed in solitary until situation resolved. Indefinite solitary confinement. That's worked out really well for, let's see here, the Darkham, Syndra. Yep, good track record of that sort of thing. I'm sure everything will be fine. Alright, that takes care of all the write-ups. Now we have a cute, oh no, this is the write-up. A cute little bunny wabbit. Stuffed toy. Aging threads loosely hold this childhood memory together. If you had to take a scientific guess, you'd say this was probably a rabbit, its bright magenta fur tarnished and faded by years in an unforgiving environment. We were all children once. What remains of that time in each of us, a mystery. And, one more thing here. I almost didn't notice this. Yeah, that's going to be the last one for this episode. Message canister. You spin the cylindrical container around, searching for any means of opening it. It resembles canisters you've seen in the pneumatic tubes that run through the Citadel. Surely the Undercity harbors no such technology. The prisoner held on to this for years. Whatever message lies inside must be of great importance. Oh, she cut the message tube thing. Woof. Alright, well, that's all. Let me see here. Go back. Just to check. Alright, we'll see you again on... Why is November 24th before November 22nd? Alright, we'll see you on the November 20th something next time. Alright, bye gamers.